Hi, and welcome to More Human, More Resources, the HR podcast for entrepreneurs. I'm Vicki Brown, your host and CEO of Vidamaneo Enterprises. As a serial entrepreneur, I understand that having the right expert help has been critical to my success. That's why I'm dedicated to telling you, in plain language, what's going on in the world of HR that might impact your business and what you need to do about it, with real actionable tips to help you master that list of must-dos and grow your leadership muscle. First things first, the information contained in this podcast is provided for general purposes only and is not to be considered legal advice. Your decision to adopt or not adopt any practice or procedure mentioned in this podcast is solely yours, and we bear no responsibility for the outcome. We urge you to always consult legal counsel and other appropriate licensed professionals. And with that, let's get into the show. You're listening to Season 4, Episode 24. Hey there. Today, we're tackling a topic that's crucial for every entrepreneur and business owner out there, especially if you're operating in California. Yeah, I'm talking about the new Workplace Violence Prevention Program law, or SB 553. Now, before you switch off thinking this is just another piece of legislation to worry about, hear me out. This is something that can genuinely make a difference in creating a safer, more supportive environment for your team, and it's also a new compliance requirement. And yes, let's acknowledge that the thought of creating a violence prevention program from scratch can feel daunting, especially if you're new to this. But here's the thing. It's not just about ticking a box for compliance. It's about genuinely making your workplace safer for everyone. And the good news? You're not alone in this. There are steps you can take and resources available to guide you through the process, but more on that later. So, let's unpack what this legislation means for you and your business. Now, first up, let's get a handle on the basics. You see, workplace violence isn't just about those extreme cases that hit the headlines. It's about everything from verbal abuse and bullying right through to physical altercations. Recognizing that it's a broad spectrum is the first step in understanding why this new law is so important. It's all about ensuring your workplace is a space where everyone feels respected and secure. Now, you might be wondering, what does SB 553 require from me? Well, as of July 1, 2024, California employers with 5 or more employees are required to implement a workplace violence prevention program. Now, there are caveats around whether you're public-facing or not, so just be aware of that. The backbone of the program is a written workplace violence prevention plan that you'll need to develop, implement, and maintain. The program also includes conducting risk assessments, providing training, establishing clear reporting procedures, and maintaining records of workplace violence incidents. I know it sounds like a lot, but stick with me here. Now, step 2 is all about assessing your workplace. So look around you. What are the potential risks? Do you have late night shifts? Work in isolated areas, or deal with volatile situations? When you assess your specific environment and the nature of your work, it's going to help you identify where you might be vulnerable and what specific measures you might need to put in place to comply with the new law. Next up, drafting your policy. Among other things, it should clearly state that violence and harassment are not tolerated, and it should outline what behaviors are considered unacceptable. It should also detail how employees can report concerns and the consequences for violating the policy. Clarity is going to be key here. You want everyone to understand the rules and feel comfortable speaking up if they need to. Now, training your team is where the rubber meets the road. It's not enough to have a policy on paper. Your team needs to know what it means in practice. This includes recognizing warning signs like verbal and nonverbal cues that may indicate someone is becoming agitated, stressed, or aggressive, and understanding how to de-escalate potentially violent situations. This is a crucial skill. Calming down an individual who's becoming agitated or aggressive can help prevent a situation from escalating into violence. Training helps keep this all top of mind. Establishing reporting procedures is also critical. Make sure your team knows exactly how to report incidents or concerns and assure them that their reports will be taken seriously and handled confidentially. Having a clear, straightforward process encourages people to come forward, and that's crucial in preventing incidents before they escalate. Your people should know who to report to, how to make the report, whether verbally or in writing or through a specific online system, and what information needs to be included in that report. Next up is your response. What happens when an incident occurs? Having a response team in place will ensure that you're not caught off guard. It should include immediate steps to ensure safety, how to support affected employees, and how to investigate and document the incident. And lastly, remember that your violence prevention program, well, it's not set in stone. It should evolve as your business grows and changes. Regularly review and update your policy, your training, and any procedures to make sure that they're still effective and relevant. Now, I know creating a workplace violence prevention program may seem like a big task. Well, who am I kidding? It seems like a huge task, but breaking it down into manageable steps can make it much more approachable. And we've got something to help you get your program up and running. Just use the link in the show notes to learn more about our Violence Prevention Plan Toolkit. We've made it user-friendly and aligned it with the requirements of SB 553. The toolkit includes a template violence prevention plan, training for your team, and the forms and notices you need to get and stay compliant. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed, remember, we're here with the resources to help you, from templates and guidelines to professional advice. You've got this, and your business will be all the better for it. If you found this information helpful, please leave a review and tell a friend. Thanks for spending the time. Until next week, same time, same place.